Oh, right.
Why you can't be using your drone to go over private property. We have to seize that car to make sure there's nothing on there that shouldn't be, because you essentially looked in our windows and there's a privacy there. Have you got a license to...
Well guys, Newcastle police station in the centre of Newcastle. Let's have a little look. We're getting the drone up first here. Literally arrived. Take the drone straight up. A double gate to get in. But that one's open there. Yeah, that car was watching me, so I thought I'd just launch the drone in front of her straight away. But cop station here. By the look of it, double gated. You've got a gate there and a gate there, and then this car park, look, must be staff car park. What a grotty looking building. Northumbria Police here. Let's be nosy around the back. Railway line there. Only a couple of marked vehicles in this one. But look at that S-bend on the railway. Quite unique railway infrastructure getting into Newcastle and out of Newcastle. I've seen a few marked cars and vans already leaving here, but right now there doesn't seem to be many in there. Let's go down here and have a little look. Another gate. Two more gates to get in there, look. Yeah. Not a lot else going on. The Job Centre Plus right there, right next to the police station. Train of some kind going past. Tram. Well, metro they call it, I think. Let's have a little look along here. Lots of birds. Can't really see a lot there, can we? Oh, I spoke too soon. Got 2 coppers coming out down there.
Hiya.
All right,
You alright? Have you been flying a drone?
possibly.
Someone's just
Yeah, I just finished.
in the next just sort of
Yeah,
suggested
just
that you
finished
might
it.
have
Yeah,
been.
yeah. Just been nosy.
Right. I'm John. This is Craig, by the way. I'll just let you know.
Hello, mate.
I'm just recording it. I don't know if you're recording.
I think it's on. Yeah, it was on before for the drone.
No worries.
Yeah.
Have you grounded it now? Is it in you?
Yeah. Well, I took it down. Not a lot to see here, so I brought it back. I've just
Yeah.
been nosy.
Are you local? Are you?
No,
No.
no. You can't really see through your windows, but a lot of them you can. That's good. You got a bit of a tint on there.
Yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Hi, are
Is this
you
something
alright?
that you've done before?
No, I didn't see that. Not here, no.
No.
No, just passing by.
But
Saw-
other
saw the-
stations, have you?
No,
No.
no. Not police stations, mate. No,
No.
no. Usually other sites, you know, like interesting places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know
This
why
is a bit
when
different.
you know, it's a police station, obviously it's private grounds and everything. I know, you know.
I don't know.
You're being,
Well, I haven't done a police
fairly
station with a drone,
private,
so
it's fairly private. There's a great big
it's
fence,
quite
isn't
unique though. From above, you've got like a gate here. You've got your middle car park, and then you've got another gate.
there?
So it's like in both ways, is it, or is it like a one-way system?
well,
quite unusual.
Kind of like what you've suggested there. What's your name, just so I would say that we've spoken to you?
I can't give names, my friend.
You're not going to give us your name?
No.
No?
Oh,
Any reason why not?
How about? Is there any reason I should?
Well, I'm asking you. You've been flying a drone over a police station.
I have indeed, but I don't usually do that. It just
It is a bit unusual.
a little bit.
A little bit
A
unusual.
little bit.
So
You got to understand, right? If you've got a fence round like that, we can't go in there.
Yeah.
So the only way to see what you're doing is from above. So that's kind of why I thought I'd fly over, because I can't walk in, can I?
But
You know?
why do you want to see what we're doing then?
So, because it's private,
Yeah.
from here, you can't see. So it provokes like interest, curiosity. So because I've got the drone, I can obviously go over and be nosy. So anywhere that I can't see in, like other industrial sites that you can't go into, fly over them.
Right.
Obviously police station's no different, essentially, but
Uh,
yeah, a little bit more boring, it's smaller. But
Yeah.
apart from that, yeah.
It's just before you indicated that we had tints on the windows, you're quite clearly looking through the windows where there's information in there that is not to be released to the general public, you know, so that's
Oh,
why
right.
you can't be using your drone to go over private property to
So-
look into windows.
Yeah. So I'll be honest, at the end of my flight, I did come down to window level and I went along sideways just to see if you guys have tinted windows, because a lot of companies don't, and you can see straight in.
Huh.
Granted, you can't see close enough to see information,
Yeah.
but just checking. Yeah, for
Okay.
that reason.
Because you've indicated that you have looked to the windows, all right, we're going to have to look at your memory card to see what you've recorded.
Don't think so, mate.
Okay. We're going to have to, because you've been on our property,
Yeah.
and you've looked inside. They might have people's personal.
That's not a crime, mate,
information
I'm afraid.
in there.
It's not a
Believe
crime.
It is. Okay.
It's not a crime.
We'll make some inquiries. Okay,
Yeah.
but what I'm saying now, we'll make some inquiries. And if we get told that, we'll have to see that card and make sure there's nothing on there that shouldn't be, because you've essentially looked in our windows and there's a privacy there. Have you got a license to fly your drone?
So let me be clear to you.
Yeah.
I've flown probably the distance from me to him,
Yeah.
right there, away from the window.
Uh-huh.
And you know that a camera is obviously zoomed out, it's wide lens,
Uh-huh.
plus the tint.
Yeah.
So all I could see on the camera was just a black window, which is good because you don't have see-through windows here, but some companies do.
Yeah. Well, some of them are see-through on our windows.
I wouldn't know, mate. I wasn't that close. I don't believe I committed an offence. I don't believe you've got a right to look at my memory card.
Well, we'll double check, because it's an unusual one for people flying a drone over, so we'll double check. If it is, then what one is that.
How about, I think a better option would be, if you determine that you need to, I'll get the drone back up and I'll show you the screen and you can see, you can't see anything.
We'll just make sure first.
Yeah.
So
No, I'm just mean rather than you seizing anything, if I show you exactly where I flew, you could look at it yourself, you could look at the screen and go, clearly can't see anything on there. So it makes sense, because the video's not going to record anything, is it, you know?
So will you be able to show the video what you've been recording?
Can't. Because on a drone it's obviously recorded in the memory card. That's it.
Yeah.
They have to go into a computer and be analysed.
Right, okay.
And they're encrypted.
Right.
So if you did seize it, you won't be able to see it anyway. But I've got no way of showing you. But if I do want to fly up and show you, I can do that. Hello.
Just having a little look. I mean, you know, it's not an everyday occurrence.
I was explaining to your colleague that even though I flew at window level, obviously you've got to be safe. I was probably about that distance away from that window there.
Yeah.
Can't see nothing, mate.
Yeah.
No,
I don't.
no,
I'm going to be honest with you. I know nothing about drones because I've never used one before.
The point of the flight of that part is to highlight. If you had see-through windows, I would have said, "Oh, these guys need to get tints on their windows."
Yeah.
But you do. You have tints, so.
From our point of view, I'm just gonna. Yeah. I'm asking a colleague just to have a little look around legislation.
Yeah.
Just quickly. For transparency, are you telling us that you haven't got a facility whereby you can play that back to us?
The way I'd have to do that is get my memory card reader, plug it into my phone or computer, memory card out, and do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have a license to fly your drone?
Don't have a license. No, don't need one for that drone.
For that drone?
No, it's a small drone, baby drone.
Because the gram, I think it goes off the gram, the weight of it, doesn't it?
That's it, mate. Yeah. 250 or under. No license required.
Right.
I do have what's needed for it. It is registered and everything.
Yeah.
But you don't have to have the license or anything like that. So, but, what I was trying to make clear is that the purpose of the flight isn't to look into your window. It's to highlight problems for places, right?
It's just when we initially came and you said that you've been looking in the windows and you noticed that they weren't tinted. Straight away that sets alarm bells.
You can see from here they're tinted, right?
Yeah, but you made a point to mention that you had looked in the windows. And
looked at the window, let's say.
Sorry?
Looked at it. I can't see in.
Yeah, but we don't know what you can see and what you can't see.
See from here they're tinted.
There may well be people's private information in there. Yeah. On that you're not privy to see.
I think to be reasonable, if they were walkable level, if they were head height, and I walked up with my camera and looked right in, possibly there's a chance you can maybe catch something. A drone, no, because it won't go too close to the building. So as I say, it's probably about, let me show my camera, it's probably about that distance, give or take, away from your building. Any closer it'll beep.
Right, okay.
You see. So but yeah, I also highlighted you've got 2 ways into the car park. Just highlight things, you know.
Yeah, it's just,
you've only got,
it's just what concerns me is the look at the windows. But
okay, yeah.
We're making sure that way.
It's fine.
Well, like I say, I'm not going to claim to be an expert here on every.
No, but you've been more than. But he's claimed that he's come out with seizing property kind of thing.
Well, if I'm just going off somebody in the office has just done a little bit of research, because like I say, you can't be an expert on every piece of legislation.
But I can walk away now. I'm free to go, aren't I?
Well,
so. If I wanted to.
If you give me a minute, I'll explain what
I'm not going to walk away, but...
So there's an Unmanned Aircraft Act 2021. Maybe as you know, more than I do.
Yeah.
So part of that,
Is that what they've sent you over to look at?
Sorry?
When you made the call, is that what they've said to go by?
Yeah, so they've provided me with some detail around this, because like I say,
no worries, mate.
On the legislation around drones. So have you provided my colleague with some documentation to say that you're competent to fly it?
No.
You haven't?
No.
Right, so that's a criminal offence.
I don't believe it is.
Well,
for the
Schedule 9 is constable will require a drone pilot to provide evidence of a competency requirement. There's an offence to fail to produce.
Sorry.
Evidence.
What? So yeah.
So that's part.
I have to provide you evidence that I have.
That you're competent to fly
Yes.
It.
Yes.
So do you have
Sorry, I thought you worded it as I have to give it to you.
Do you have that with you?
Yeah. So what I do?
I'm not saying leave it with me.
No. It has to be on the drone. There it is. I have to provide evidence I've got one. That's it. It's half covered.
Sorry, what is that?
I won't be giving it to you.
Well, let me have a little look at it. Because
no worries, mate.
You have to show me. But what is that?
It's a flyer ID.
Sorry?
Flyer ID.
Flyer ID.
Yeah.
Can I have a little look at it, please?
You can't, mate. No.
Well,
I don't have to give you the number.
Okay. Right. Well, another part of the act. If you bear with me.
Yeah. If you suspect I've committed a criminal offence, then I have to give you that along with my ID.
So, a constable has power to inspect a drone. This is Schedule 9 again. A failure to allow a drone to be inspected is a criminal offence. So you're failing to give me that drone to inspect it.
If I'm suspected of an offence.
And I suspect you of an offence.
What offence?
Well, you've flown that over in private property.
It's not open offence, mate. I've been in this.
Let me do a little bit digging again, because if you've committed a criminal offence,
I haven't.
You will.
If I've committed a criminal, if you suspect me of committing one, I have to provide you with that. No problem at all.
Okay.
But I haven't committed a criminal offence.
Well, give me a couple of minutes and we'll clear this up. And if you have committed a criminal offence...
But I haven't. Okay, but what offence do you suspect I've committed? Just to be clear.
I don't know. I've just told you I'm not an expert around legislation around drones.
No, okay, but let me...
So I'm having to get a colleague to look into that.
I understand that, mate. But let me explain to you. I know I'm not an officer or a lawyer, right?
Yeah.
If I've committed a criminal offence, any criminal offence, not just with the drone, anything, and you suspect to have, I have to give you, 1, my ID like anywhere else, and 2, inspect the drone if you want to. I haven't committed a criminal offence. I've flown over, which is not a criminal offence. Well, that's all I've done to fly over, right?
See, because you've admitted, isn't it?
That's what you're saying.
But I don't have to wait while you do this. Your investigation can take place.
At the minute, we're trying to establish whether there's a criminal offence taking place.
But that's not for me to... So I've flown over there, which is not a criminal offence. That's all I've done, to fly over, right? Right?
This is what my colleague's saying, is we don't know fully the legislation for the drone, so we're trying to find that information out to establish, because you've just indicated to me that you've been looking for the windows earlier.
That's not a criminal offence, is it?
Well,
even if they were see-through, right?
That's what we're trying to find. That's what we're trying to find out is: are you, with a drone, allowed to look through private property into a window and get people's information?
Yeah, you are. You are.
Okay. So that's what we're trying to establish. Then.
If there was information and somebody wanted to zoom into it, it's not criminal. I haven't done that, but it would be a bit suspicious, like, but you know.
He's saying that those powers are in relation to if he's committed a criminal offence, and that may or may not be correct. But if we speak to someone who's at the airport, who might be able to clear that up. Cheers. Just give her a few minutes.
Because what it is,
we'll try and clear it up. And if, like I say, we can't all be experts at every piece of legislation.
That number relates to the owner of the drone, not me. But let's just say I'm the owner. So essentially, if you have that number, you know who I am, right? You've got my ID. Now you know that in a normal situation without the drone, the only way you get someone's ID is if you suspect them of an offence, right? So it would give officers the opportunity to, essentially, if someone's flying a drone, you can walk over and go, show me the drone. Bam, you got their ID without no offence taking place.
Well, let's just clear it up, and then we both.
So it would be like a loophole, wouldn't it, for you guys to just get someone's ID for no reason, right?
Yeah. Well, we both know where we stand. I've got a colleague there that's just looking into it.
I've nothing to hide. If you want to take down that number, take it down.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So,
but I shouldn't be able
because I don't know anything about it. So talk me through that number. What does that number refer to?
Operator ID. So that's the owner of the drone.
Operator ID.
So let's say you had ownership of 10 drones. One operator ID would have to be on every single drone, which relates to your name and address, because you own every drone.
Right. Can I just have a little look at it? So I'm just.
You can. I've got no issue with you looking at it, mate. Yeah.
Super. Thank you. It's just covered up with the
we'll take that off.
There. So that's a unique reference, basically, what you're saying, yeah?
To the owner.
To the owner.
Yeah. He's going to rip it, mate, if I take that off.
Is there something underneath there? That
V.
But is there something underneath that black bit there, is there? So that's G, B, R, yeah.
1 second. I'm trying to look at the tape on it, hold on. But you need to get clarification before you do that, really, because I know I don't have to. I'm just saying to you, I don't want to. I've got nothing to hide.
Information, haven't you? So you just said I can have a look at it.
I've volunteered it. Yeah. Let's wait and see.
You seem to think that you.
No, because it's going to rip it. I don't want to. I've got to fly lots of places today, and that tape's going to be sticking off. It's going to create a bit of a wind diversion.
At the minute, I don't think there's anything that I can do to make you show.
No, there isn't. But so I would have, but you can clearly see it's going to rip it a little bit. You take down what you can see.
Well, what I'm asking you, is there anything underneath that black?
There's one letter, yeah.
There's one letter, is there? Okay, so that's...
You take down what you can see, got no issue with that.
So VY...
But unless I'm obliged to by law, which you're going to confirm,
well, I'm trying
I don't want to have to rip it. I thought it was going to come off easy, it won't, it will rip. You just saw it.
Okay.
You can understand, if that rips and damages, I've then got to get it redone before I can fly again today. You have to have it on if you fly, you see.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying that I don't have anything to hide. You want to take it, but I don't legally have to. I want you to check that.
That's what we're doing.
If you come back and say you have, and we'll arrest you if not, I'll be forced into doing it. Even if it's wrong, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So don't be arrested, right?
Well, of course, no one wants to be arrested.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right, we'll give her a couple.
But I believe I'm right, so let's wait and see.
And we'll go from there, yeah?
Yeah, no problem, mate. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Mark's just checking a couple of things, but...
Can you understand, would it make sense to you that you can't just take that ID unless an offence is suspected, because otherwise...
No, because that's why we're checking them.
Yeah,
so we don't...
but it would make sense, wouldn't it?
I've no
Otherwise,
idea,
anyone could fly and you could just go, let me see the number, and boom, they have to do it.
It's quite
and then you've got the name.
Legislation. All right, it's quite new legislation.
It is, isn't it?
Drones is a new, relatively new thing, isn't it? So we're just trying to clear it up, mate, that's all.
Let me just check that tape.
Go ahead.
Just in case we do. Because it is quite weirdly worded, that legislation.
Yeah,
I've read it and I thought, oh, what's that mean?
Yeah,
it's a bit.
No, we'll double check, and at least we know.
Yeah, of course, mate.
Because to me, it doesn't seem right that you can put a drone up and look in a window.
Yeah.
Regardless of you're saying you can, we don't know that. And there may well be some pictures in there.
But then that's down to the data controller, because your data handlers, to keep that private. So these days with drones.
Well, it is private. It's in a police station.
But you know, like if those windows were like these windows here, you guys would have them definitely tinted, because you know that people probably, if they wanted to, could walk over, peer in, data breach, right?
Yeah.
Being higher, it's not obvious, but with drones these days, I would have said the police need to be just aware that someone could technically fly past, couldn't they, and look in. I mean,
they could do.
You know what people are like these days.
That's why we're came up. Yeah,
but it wouldn't be criminal. It would be down to you to protect that. Yeah. Makes sense? No.
Well, that's what we're double checking.
Yeah, yeah. As I say, that wasn't the intention to zoom in and look in, but I noticed they were tinted. That's all. You can see from here they're tinted, to be fair. Let me just check this. I don't want to rip it if it comes off. I think it may rip if it comes off.
Okay, cheers for your time.
All good?
Yeah.
Good. Just to clarify, I wasn't looking in your windows to get information, but I'm just highlighting that they are tinted, so well done.
Yeah.
But some of the stations don't have the tints, and you technically could see in.
Yeah. Listen, look, at the end of the day, I know you're recording, and whatever purpose you're recording for, that's up to you. But you've got to understand that we do deal with stuff that's pretty sensitive. So that could be you, could be a relative of yours, could be a friend of yours, and we could be dealing with their information. That's not for public consumption. And if you're flying a device, which I don't know a lot about drones, but I know they're pretty powerful with their cameras.
It's basically like that with wings.
Yeah. Well, if you can fly a device and you can zoom in on a document or a screen or something like that, it's not good, is it? It's not fair.
It's not good.
It's not fair. No. So I appreciate what you're saying. It's good that the police station has tinted windows, and they should have.
See that?
Yeah.
It's a zoom camera.
Yeah.
So that, if that was your window,
I
could zoom into a document with fine print on it. With that, with that, wouldn't be able to.
Okay.
So don't be too concerned if you do see another drone.
Yeah.
It probably can't see in your windows.
Yeah.
But you coming out and challenging me is good, because I could have been anybody, couldn't I? I could be a dodgy person who.
Well, you still could be, because you won't give us the details.
Okay, let's say I gave you Steve Smith, number 2 Larford Avenue, and you check it, nothing on there.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm not a terrorist, or I'm not a dangerous person?
It's somewhere to start, though, isn't it?
I guess so.
It's somewhere to start, isn't it?
I guess so.
And you could maybe provide me. I don't know. Are you from out of the area?
What do you think?
I don't know.
Based on the way I talk.
that means nothing. That means nothing.
In our office, we have someone that's from Birmingham, but he lives in the area, you know. So
fair enough. No, I've travelled quite far to be here today. Not just here, but just generally up north.
Yeah.
The thing we're giving details is because we don't have to by law. If we give them to you, we feel like we're giving away that right, if that makes sense.
When you say we, what do you mean by we?
No, just you, the police, public. When we give details over, we like to only give them over if we're meant to.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you know that officers can occasionally overstep the mark. You haven't at all, you've been great, but some do and say, oh, you need to give me the ID now. People give it, they don't know any different, you know, and just trying to
well, look, I think we've come as far as we're going to get here, aren't we, today? So I'll...
Are you a sergeant? Who are you?
I'm PC.
PC? Oh.
Humble PC, mate. Humble PC. Look.
Fair enough, mate.
All right.
Thanks for your time, guys.
Probably come as far as we're going to come, aren't we? So I'll let you get on.
Yeah, thanks for checking everything out.
All right.
And have a good day.
All right, you too.
Cheers, man. Bye-bye. All right then, where are we going now? So, Newcastle, where are we? Northumbria Byker Police Station in Newcastle Centre. So guys, what do we think about that? I literally turned up and I just flew the drone straight away here. No introduction at all, which is a little bit like I did at Byker Police Station. And I was about to go. I was just looking at the job centre opposite to decide whether to go in there or not. Decided against going in there, and then these two coppers walked over, and I was actually going to show him the long number had he came out and said that by law, by legislation, I have to provide him the number no matter what. I would have provided the number, because, you know, obviously you don't want to be having kit seized or arrested, etc. But we wanted to see if they knew the legislation first, and turns out in the end all was well. But that's why I've covered the number up, covered half the number up on the drone, so that they can't just take it easily like that. To be fair, taking that sticker off would have probably ripped it a little bit. So yeah, there we go. Cheers guys, like, subscribe, share the video, and we'll see you soon.